Today we're going to be taking a look at an effluent filter for a septic system. Now this particular one is a 2-chamber tank with the PVC back baffle, kind of required to have an effluent filter. I get asked all the time, how hard is this to actually clean out? And as you're going to see in a few seconds, really not that hard at all. The first thing we're going to do though is we're going to have to get this filter out of the baffle. Unfortunately, you're getting a good shot of my legs. For whatever reason, the camera decided that's where it wanted to look. To get this filter out, all you really need to do is get something that has a hook, whether it's a tow strap or, like you can see, the hook that I have. Now, it pops right on out, and you can see this one's kind of gross. Probably hasn't been cleaned in quite a while. So we're going to go ahead, take our hose, which I started already, because it's way easier to have the hose running before you get the sewage all over your hands. So we're just going to go ahead, give it a quick rinse down. What we're trying to do is knock all the big debris off, so that way once we actually start spraying it, we don't have as much potential for debris to come back and smack us in the face, because that's kind of gross. Now this is a Generation 1 filter, and what do I mean by that? It comes in 2 pieces. This particular brand is Zabel, which is owned by Polylock. Nowadays they come as one piece, makes it a little bit easier for pulling it out and not having to run the risk of it falling apart on you. Now, I have dropped these in the tank, and usually they float, so if you do drop it, don't panic. Just go ahead and fish it right back out. That's why you have something with a hook. Now that we've gone ahead and knocked off all the big debris, what we're going to do is go ahead and spray it down. If you have a hose attachment where you can just press and spray, you can do that. Or you can do like me, where you just stick your finger over top the discharge point, and that'll create a nice little jet. Keep in mind, you don't want to have your mouth open while you're doing this, because sometimes stuff does splash back. Now, it's probably a good idea to wear eyewear, so that way you don't have to worry about getting into your eyes. Most commonly, the big issue you're going to run into is just splashback. So as long as you're being conscious of what you're doing, keeping your mouth shut, wearing some goggles, you'll be fine. This is super easy, and if you really don't want to do it, I'm sure somebody in your local area is able to do it for you for a reasonable fee. Effluent filters are very common on modern septic systems. But in order to have one of these installed, you have to have a PVC back baffle. This is most commonly installed on a 2-chamber septic system or a system that has a pump. In this particular circumstance, that concrete square that we see to the right is the pump chamber, and they have this filter to help prevent debris from getting into that pump chamber, causing some issues with the pump. So all you have to do once you're done is just slide this right back into the PVC back baffle. In this particular one, you can see that little slot right there. That is going to indicate the direction of flow, so you're going to want to get that in the outlet side. So what I'll usually do is I'll snap a quick photo of it, just so that way I can prove that I took the filter out, cleaned it, and put it right back in. So I always do a before and after, so that way everybody knows what's going on. Hopefully you found this informative, and let me know below. Did you use this to clean your filter?